So how do you obtain a police clearance certificate when you apply for a green card or a fiancé visa abroad? It may seem simple, but it's one of the most important things in the process when you apply for a green card or a fiancé visa from overseas. Hello everybody and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is where we explain complex immigration matters in short, simple videos. And in this video, we'll talk about the process of applying for police clearance certificate, specifically when you apply for a green card or a fiancé visa from overseas at a U.S. embassy or consulate abroad. We'll talk about what is a police clearance certificate, what are the requirements for a police clearance certificate, when do you need to request this certificate during the green card or fiancé visa process, and finally, how do you obtain this police clearance certificate to make sure your process is successful. Before we go over all these points, if you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you need help with your immigration process, all you have to do is send me a text, 619-483-4549. Let's set up a consultation to discuss your case. So, what is a police clearance certificate and why do you need it? A police certificate is a government-issued document that essentially details any arrests and the outcome of these arrests that an applicant had while living abroad. If a person does not have any arrests, the police certificates will come clear as well. If you're applying for a green card or a K-1 fiancé visa, a police clearance certificate is required, and you have to bring one from every country that you resided. And if you have children, they have to provide a similar certificate if they are 16 years or older. Now, as I mentioned before, even if you don't have any arrests, you still have to provide a certificate from the police to show that you had no arrest, and that should be enough for the State Department. So, what are the requirements for a police clearance certificate? If you're applying for a green card or a fiancé visa, you have to provide this certificate for every country that you resided since the age of 16. And this is specifically from any country that you resided if you lived there at least 6 months or more. And of course, if you were arrested in any country, even if you didn't live there for 6 months, you still have to provide a certificate from that country. Make sure that the police certificate is issued by the correct authority as well. Now, if you're applying for adjustment of status from inside the United States, you don't need to provide a police clearance certificate from every country that you lived. All you have to do is, of course, provide any arrest records that are going to be needed for USCIS to make a decision on your adjustment of status. But you don't need that kind of certificate for every country that you resided since the age of 16. So when do you need this certificate? When you finish the process with USCIS and your case is going to be sent to the National Visa Center, the National Visa Center, as part of their collection of documents, will request that police certificate from you as well. Now remember, police certificates have an expiration, have a limited lifeline. So make sure you don't get those too early. Always get those when requested. Same goes for the K-1 visa. Once USCIS finishes processing your K-1 visa, the case will be sent to the State Department, and at that point, they will ask you for police clearance in addition to all the other documents. Remember, each police clearance certificate is generally valid only for 2 years. Therefore, if you apply too early and obtain those documents too early, they may not be valid by the time you have your interview. So finally, how do you get this police clearance certificate? First of all, determine from which countries you will need that police clearance. Make a list of all the countries that you've resided over 6 months since the age of 16. Number 2, find the issuing authority in each of these countries to determine who you're going to ask to obtain this certificate. If you don't know how to do it, you can go to the State Department website and they have a page which details reciprocity by state, by country, which lets you know which agencies to contact to get that police clearance certificate. Now, in case that the country where you resided in the past is not able to provide that certificate, alternatively, you have to provide an affidavit, a sworn affidavit stating that no records were found to show to the State Department that you tried but were not able to do so. Once again, if you're applying for adjustment of status inside the United States, you don't need to get police certificate clearance from other countries. You'll have a background check which is separate, conducted by USCIS. However, if you were arrested, it is your responsibility to provide those records to USCIS in addition to what you're going to give to the State Department. So there you have it. That is the process of applying for a police clearance certificate. It is a very important part in the process of getting a green card from overseas, as well as the K-1 visa. If you don't do it properly, if you're missing certain countries in your residence history, once you get to the interview, if they find out that you didn't have those certificates provided for those countries, it may delay your interview and may cause further issues with your case. Once again, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. And if you need help with any of your immigration matters, send me a text, 619-483-4549. Thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.